Kiona, thank you for joining me. So, like, who are you? What do you do?
Okay, so I'm married with 2 kids. I've got 2 daughters, and I basically race speedway cars for fun.
Awesome. So this is obviously the speedway car. Explain what is a speedway car?
Okay, so I race street stockers. So it's Ford versus Holden. I've got a BA Falcon, and they're pretty much as standard as you can get. Go out there and go crazy.
Yeah, and on oval track?
Yeah, oval track. So clay, dirt, whatever they offer us.
Yeah.
That's what we get.
Motorsport's dangerous. Does that ever enter your mind when you're racing?
No. It seems to enter a lot of other people's minds that aren't involved in speedway or motorsport in general. They kind of, perception is that it's got to be dangerous, but I'm a lot safer sitting in there strapped in with all the safety gear around me than I am on the road. So at no point have I ever felt like I'm in any danger.
Yeah,
it's
good point.
Good fun.
Do the girls love it?
Yes, I've got a 10-year-old, and she's already talking about getting Pa to build her race car.
Yeah.
So won't be too many years before I'll be sitting on the hill watching her. So that may be a little bit different with the danger aspect. I might be a bit more worried then, but myself, I'm not worried about me.
Do you think, are you going to be like a stage mum, like telling her what to do, or are you just going to let her take her own mistake?
Probably a bit of both. I'm fortunate enough that my dad's given me a lot of tips along the way, and also let me learn a lot of mistakes for myself. So I think I'll be able to do that and be a little bit optimistic either way with her. We'll wait and see. So
you're New South Wales state champion, so number 1 obviously in New South Wales. What do you think separates, say, you from the people that aren't winning, or even in motorsport in general? What separates those winners from the losers?
I think experience, mainly. I've been racing for a long time. It took me a long time to get the number 1 on the side of the car. I've been there or thereabouts. I'd like to think I was, but yeah, I think perseverance, patience, and sometimes having a cool head on your shoulders definitely helps.
Yeah, just being cool under pressure.
Yes, definitely.
Who inspires you in racing? Like, is there anyone you look up to, or even model your career off, or who are your heroes in motor racing?
I like just watching motor racing in general. So respectful for anyone that goes out and does what they do in motorsport. I think they're amazing, and they go a lot quicker than me, a lot of them, so that's awesome. But for me, the person who I most respect would be my brother. Watching him, following him a lot of the times, I try and learn as much from him as I can. He's got no fear, and I do, so I try and take some of that out of his book sometimes. Yeah,
and he's younger, isn't he? He's a younger brother?
Yeah, he's my younger brother. But since he's been old enough to race, we've been going head to head, so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm under no false pretenses that he's definitely got me covered, and I'm happy to follow in his footsteps.
Is it weird having that shift in power, that you're the big sister, but he's in that position?
Yeah, I don't even know actually when that happened. It just kind of, the minute he started racing, he's a natural, so he come up into the ranks behind me, but straight away I was learning stuff off him, so cool. And I wasn't ashamed to admit it. So, like, fitness-wise, a lot of people don't think fitness is a big part of motorsport, but we've seen with, obviously, Formula 1, it is a pretty huge part. With your world, like, does fitness and diet regime come into it at all? Not so much diet. Fitness is definitely, you notice when, especially this time of year, when you're racing 20 or 30 laps constantly, it's hot. So you find if you're not so fit, a couple of laps in, you might lapse concentration a little bit, or just your sheer strength to hold onto the steering wheel, fight the car, doing what it doesn't want to do, can be hard. So being fit's definitely better. And obviously the seats aren't very comfortable or oversized, so it's important that you can stay sort of centred inside there as well. What
do you drive every day? What's the daily driver?
I've got a Ford Ranger. So it doubles as a tow vehicle, so best of both worlds. But yeah, Ford Ranger.
Happy with it?
Yeah, love it. Love it. It's good for parking in the shopping centre, so it works for me, and it's great to tow with. So like I said, it works best of both worlds. Wonderful to drive. Awesome.
So obviously, this is the obvious question. You're obviously a female in a very male-dominated sport. How's that been? Has there been any challenges with that? Or do you feel you've achieved more for other girls coming into the sport?
I never thought of it like that. It's just something I've always done. I've always been one of the boys, and I'm lucky enough that most guys have just respected me that way. But since I've had a little bit of a success of late, I've found I've got, some young girls coming up to me and telling me they want to drive cars, and I just think in life in general, that girls can do anything. So I was fortunate enough when I decided I wanted to race cars that my parents, there was nothing gender about it. It wasn't like, you can't do that, you're a girl. I just did it. So if I can just instill that on everybody else, every other girl out there, whether they want to go play footy or, you know, whatever they want to do, that it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl, just go do it.
I finish every interview with sort of 10 classic questions. Technically today it's going to be 11,
Yep.
but here we go. You ready?
Oh, I don't know.
There we go.
We'll see.
Okay. What's your favourite word?
I don't have a favourite word, I have a favourite saying, and that is, how does that affect your time in the house? I say that to my kids all the time. If they want to whinge to me, I go, does it affect your time in the house? So they hate me saying it. So it's just a favourite saying, not a favourite word.
Yep. Least favourite word?
No.
Excellent. What's your favourite sound?
Kids laughing.
What's a sound you hate, a sound you can't stand?
People chewing. I hate the sound of people chewing, and if their teeth touch when they chew, I hate that sound.
What excites you or inspires you in life?
The future, I think. I'm excited about what's to come, whatever that may be. So I'm inspired to get there and excited about whatever's there waiting.
The opposite, what turns you off in life? What don't you like?
Arrogance. Yeah, it would definitely be arrogance. I don't like people thinking that they're better than anyone for any particular reason, so arrogance.
If you could do any job in the world besides obviously racing, like if you could do anything, what would you do?
I'd probably be a lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really good with words and I win a lot of arguments, so I reckon I'd be good at that.
What's a job that you could never do? That no amount of money in the world, you'd never do it?
Anything that involves people in pain. I have a really good tact of passing out at the most inconvenient times, so doctor, anything like that, I would be no good at that.
What's your ultimate car? Like if you could have one car, money, no object, what would it be?
My dream car's changed a lot. Before I got my licence, I always wanted a souped up Valiant Charger, you know, mags, the works. I always like, that'd be awesome, that'd be so cool to drive. And then as I've got older and things change, I always thought maybe an F-150 or something like that, because that'll look really tough towing the car behind it. But now, I reckon any car that comes with a chauffeur, I'm sold.
Awesome, cool. The opposite, what car would you, never own, but would be embarrassed being seen in?
I'd have to almost go the cliche and say anything with a Holden badge. That's sort of just been the way I've been brought up, and now though, I can be a little bit more specific now. I would say anything that was a Holden that someone had put a Chev badge on.
Wow.
I would be embarrassed to be in that car.
What's the best bit of advice you've been given, or something that you would happily share?
I've probably been given lots of good advice. Being a girl that can do anything is probably the biggest thing that I like to pass on. You know, it doesn't matter, do what you want. But in life in general, it's something that I use a lot, is birthdays are good for you. The more you have, the longer you live. So I'm happy to get old.
Kiona, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure, and good luck with more winning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.